Hey there everybody, Wayne D here. Welcome to the website, WayneD.com. And we're looking at everybody's favorite player, Tiger Woods. I guess he's not everybody's favorite player, but he's one of my favorite players. Peter Kostis did a nice thing the other day on Tiger's swing. I thought it was well done. It showed how his swing on the range, which is the one over here on the left, when he syncs it up with the one on the right, is actually not as fast. So the point was that his tempo changes on the golf course. So trying to find a reason, why he pretty much stripes it on the range and tends to hit it more all over the place on the golf course. So he got to the top much sooner on the course, and he still has a little ways to go on the range. Another thing that he noted was that Tiger tends to lower more on the golf course, probably trying to hit it harder. But my thought after watching this was that I'm betting that most guys, if not all of them, would exhibit the same tendencies when they're on the course as opposed to the range. I think he's trying to hit the ball harder on the golf course. And when you're keyed up and you're in competition, you're really playing, I think your tendency is to get a little quicker and I would get a little shorter and a little quicker myself when I would look at my swing on the golf course. So the question becomes, what is the real issue here if it's not tempo? And I don't know, maybe the tempo's got a little something to do with it, but I think it's pretty obvious what the issue is here. If you're trying to hit a ball down this fairway and the club is coming in this far inside the hands, that's just classic stuck. His foot line is here. And try to swing on your body lines, which he used to do. And if you look at the one on the left, as it comes through, it's the same thing. We get it to move again. Right there. See, both of these things are just stuck. If I see myself with my driver that far behind my hands, I'm like, ugh. Can't be doing that. Got to fix that. So what is it that seems to be causing this? Well, I've noted for a long time that somewhere at around 2009, Tiger went from moving his hands toward the ball to dropping them straight down. So my theory is that for him, when he drops his arms down, his hands down, he has to create, his right arm is going to fall straight down. It's going to get more behind his back, definitely. So he's got to lower more to create more room to get the arm back in front of him. Now, I think he could get away with this back in 2009 when he started doing this, and he was still winning a bunch. But he'd had knee surgery, and I think that slowly this move doesn't work for him because he's not able to clear as well as he used to. Look at these swings. His knee is just disappearing now. His knee used to disappear like right here. His legs are much slower than they used to be. And that's getting him a little stuck. Now, the other thing that makes this thing not want to go very straight is the fact that not only is he kind of now this was at Phoenix this year. See, Tiger is, if he's stuck and late, and his grip is to the ball, that club is way up there. Now, I want you to check this out as a comparison. This is 2002. So he's late and the club is inside of his hands. Well, that's not a good recipe. That's going to block it. And when he feels it going dead right, you know, every now and then he'll flip it over. All right, so you saw the direction of the hand movement. In this one. Now watch this. Now, it's just not the same. That's way different. Now, for those camera angle buffs out there, I know these are a little different, but I can tell you that in the swing over here, his hands and arms are responding to the rotation of his body. And in this swing, the hands are responding more to the descent and compression of his body. I like the one on the right much better. Now, I have argued that it's silly to say that Tiger's woes are all caused by his head dropping, and that early on he didn't do it as much. But he always did it, and I think that the fact that people say you should maintain your posture is incorrect. However, there are extremes to everything, and I think some of the guys that have commented on this are correct in saying that he's overdoing it a bit. So if he would stay a little taller there, and in the downswing, if he would concentrate on getting his hands to move toward the ball, I think it would help him rotate his lower body faster. I think this combination of the hands dropping slows the legs down and tends to get the thing stuck behind you. Now, I mentioned that, you know, right about 2009, I thought his hands started to drop. And if we look at some older swings, I think in general you see the hands moving more outward toward the ball. This is a 2000 swing. These are my all-time favorite Tiger swings, 2003. And check that out. Love that. So if we go over to 2006, we're just looking at that first move down. Here's a swing from 2008. So his grip is much weaker here. You can see how open the face is. So his wrist was more flat, but that's coming out at the ball nicely. When we get to 2009, a couple of shots that he hit. Here I caught him at Congressional. Now look at that. Now that's got to be conscious. Look at the hands. I mean, they are going backwards. So they used to go this way, and now they're actually going this way. Now that's a big deal. Now I got to think somehow that was part of the plan, or somehow Haney came up with the idea that if you take it parallel to the plane here, if you drop it down and keep it parallel to the plane the whole way, theory is that that's coming in closer to you and everything is hunky-dory. But that is something that I think actually Sean Foley had started to get him out of. If you look at some of the swings in 2012, so watch if you look at the rehearsal. Now I heard that there was a different reason for this, but it might have been a different reason for it, but I'm just thinking that was helpful to Tiger to try to get the hands to come more out toward the ball. And you can still see it. It's trying to drop, but it looks better. And remember, that was a good year, 2012. So I'm thinking that that's sort of an in-between swing. Doesn't have the out move. Let's see, I think that's a better transition movement. Hands are pretty much going in between the ball and the feet. And then somehow, if you look at what he's doing now, and like I said, I think Foley was doing a nice job, but I think somehow he's just gotten back to dropping his hands. So I think he needs to get out of this. Anyway, that's my take on it. And I'm Wayne D, and this is my website, and I can do whatever I want. So, thanks for watching. And I'm sure Chris Como is looking at this going, oh man, we got to fix that. All right.